Charge up your game with excitement. Highest odds on the market. Coverage of all live and pre-match events. Place your bets with solid bookmaker and win with your favorite teams. Take what's rightfully yours with GG.bet.
Without further delay, hopping into it, and let's see who's gonna pick a win here in this best of 3 series. Gambit Youngsters versus Nemiga on Inferno. We're talking about all of that in just a second. In the meanwhile, we're first of all taking a look at how much Box is able to do. As I say that, brilliant start for the Nemiga side, but they have already the first casualty to count in. That's Axel, and that's not too comfortable. Box up coming closer. I mean, this is by the book. No real issue. And Shiro to be taken out. Okay, there we go. And as we're pretty much looking forward to how this one will be going, Nemiga, like we said, the one you might want to look out for a bit more. What's not so important at the moment is basically the weaponry situation for Gambit Youngsters. Because, I mean, surely they forced through, but either way, it's not their map pick. We're going to see how far they can go. Both teams have never met up in the past. Nemiga, though, with wins against, for example, an international competition and a CIS competition. And so let's see how good this one will go yet again. As it's time to see how much they can advance. I mean, Gambit Youngsters is one hell of an interesting story to tell. We're gonna go on that a little later on. In the meantime, Nemiga just waiting back on the A side. They found the first, and they might just get the second. With Shiro eliminated, problems start to occur for the Youngsters. MDS. Oh, this is a mowdown. This is a mowdown. This is a spray down and Supra. It's funny why surviving. Either way. So patience for a lollipop. He will swing wide anytime soon. There he comes. Sees both. Takes them both down with ease. Nemiga on the second. And that Gambit Youngsters lineup is not making it work so far. I mean, the very interesting part for me personally is that this Gambit Youngsters lineup is Finn, Ivan, Koshugov, pardon that, who used to play actively in CSORS under Virtus Pro, Force, and United, then started to become a coach already with Pro 100. So, ever since this lineup profits from the experience of this man, in the meantime, a mowdown is initiated. So, oof. Super with the entry needed. Again, yeah, but youngsters, they have not picked this map. Maybe very interesting to point out. Robo in the meantime shuts down 2. Oh, sprays nearly perfectly, but boxes there in the meantime. So Axel's going to be final man down. I mean, I honestly thought, like, okay, there's more to come, but... Well, that's the way it is. So Axel wants to swing. No chance. Spotted, known, and under a bit of pressure. Lollipop is not going to come in time. I don't like that, really. Because HP-wise, it's not looking good anymore. 45 seconds. And Lollipop cannot really actively look for a duel. Cannot actively look for a duel. He, either way, does that. Spots the player on the rotation. And what a failure. What a failure in the end. Only Jo to now do the difference. Switches weapons at least, but... Oh no, he's gonna fall for it. He's gonna fall for such a mistake. And 15 seconds left for Axel to plan it is gonna make it work, and he could clutch this all on his own, and he especially might just do so. Patience it is. I mean, I'm not so sure if Jo is really gonna make that. He surely got the AK, that's all great and everything, but the positioning is so good. And besides the positioning, yeah, got a better weapon, the better HP, the better aim in the situation as well. And the youngsters, they should have never taken that. Indeed, they do, though. And that's somewhat shocking. I mean, the first duel has been lost towards Cubby. Patience is quite high. GambitY youngsters send it there first. There they all go in. That's going to be the aggression set. MDS and Co. This is a very nice smoke wall. Look how they took right now that positioning so well. And Lollipop's going to be having a bit of a problem with the flames. Needs to move around the side. Suddenly down to 14 HP. This is amazing. And MDS is not going to stand a chance anymore. Unbelievable smoke take to drop down balcony and seize good control over A. The bomb still has to be planted. And Shiro knows. Oh no, he's looking to the wrong side in the wrong time, and this is unfortunate. Nemiga needs to make a decision by now. They got the kit onto Jo. They have a good bit of utility left. We see flashbangs onto 2. Molly forces out nobody. And Axel, can he strike? Axel needs to strike. He does against 2. The third is granted with inters. And the youngsters, they strike back. So, youngsters, looking for it in the end. That one, yes! Thank you, Jo. Thank you, Jo. Oh, I love that. Brilliant usage of taser, but I'm eliminated through the wall. He still dealt way too much damage. He still dealt well too much damage. And Box, is he gonna fall to Shiro? Not yet. Either way, Mac 10 grabbed. A little upgrade for him. Thank you, Windows, for letting me know. I appreciate that there's an update. But in the meantime, oh, this could work. P250 strikes. MDS accuracy is granting him another kill, and the only thing that the AWP can do is run. Flames, most likely not the friend of Shiro. Oof. That's really not nice. As though he finds the one player jumping, his teammate's still in danger. Baiting it. Oh, no, it was actually just switching weapons. For a second I thought he's going to bait it, but it's lovely to see. With the deagle. What? How did he even see him? This is absolutely disgusting. Yet again, slow playstyle from Gambit youngsters paying off.
Bomb has been planted.
Now to save. Coming through, Jo. Just sticking to the SG. Same goes for Robo. Perfect moment to take a look at the odds at the moment. The youngsters are not really... Correct map score. I mean, that's interesting. You can still bet on the correct map score over there on GGBet. Might do that. Now, let's take a look at it. I mean, GambitY youngsters are so unimpressive with their slow playstyle. You have to say it like that. It is surprising. It is surprising. Great, pushing through. Jo has the perfect awareness. Let's see if that's gonna bring us any further. I mean, the Ox strikes. Ooh, no time. No, no time. Forget about it. Jo no peek. And Nemiga with another round where they still, though, have lost their final player. Nevertheless, it worked, and that's what counts. Match pause to technical reasons. Robo asks if they're ready yet again, and obviously their opponent isn't 100%. Yeah, to say it. Okay. Back life, Nemiga. 5 rounds to gone. See right there. The MP9 in combination. Oof! With the FAMAS striking ridiculously good. Okay. That's fine. Yet again, those Glocks, in combination with the P250 and Beagle, of course, shouldn't make the difference. The should is always a word to point out here. It shouldn't. No, of course it shouldn't, but you know it sometimes does. With now players pushing over, they heard that. No, not again, not again, Jo! We're quad by the book. It looked for a second like that might be a storm hitting the B side quite rigorously. But then, the one-tap ace. There you go. There you see, frags coming in. The CT side prevailing for a second, as though Gambit youngsters put a lot of pressure on them. There you see, finding it all. Shiro to be the last man alive with that AWP inspected in the smoke. Maybe pushes out anytime soon and finds a frag, but I think once he moves out, he should be dead. There the body is spotted, and there he is eliminated. Shiro. It's not gonna be a hero. I actually like the name Shiro because there's a... That's a true story. There is a YouTube channel with with many Shiba Inu puppies, and the father of those puppies is called Shiro. Sorry, this is the only association I have with this name. And now 9-3 seems inevitable. We'll quickly talk about Inferno for Nemiga. It's a map where their pistol rounds are quite alright, where they beat teams like Unique, French Frogs, Zuckerborst, and Epsilon. And where they can have a proper win on them. I mean, the statistics don't lie in most cases. They have played it 24 times, won it 15 out of 24 times. That is more than decent.
Terrorists win.
A little timeout by the Gambit youngsters. Quickly talking that one through. With the CT still having all the weaponry they want, plus great money in their bank account, and I mean big time money. It's gonna take a lot of time for the Gambit youngsters to really properly strike in this. I mean, banana control belongs to them. Robo has to hit his initial shot, otherwise things are going south quite swiftly. As the smokes are thrown, box immediately rotates over. This is what we're seeing, but they're gonna pull through, right? They're dedicating or not. I mean, with 50 seconds and you got no clear sign, right? You rather now switch sides. Box, this is very nice to see the minimap right now. Is he gonna force back once the second smoke hits? There we go. He's gonna force himself back. Now he's flashed. Frag found. Ooh, and Lollipop might do a bit of a mistake here, but it's MDS who strikes. Goes too aggressively, as he didn't think that's gonna come down. But the arc of Lollipop it is again. The man who then strikes, and the man who's gonna look for it. Unfortunate. I mean, I like the idea. We saw it very good on the radar. How much the rotation came in, how early. But it possibly was, and that is just my wild assumption. We didn't see a Molotov coming towards Coffin. I mean, this is yet again a round where they 100% had money. Where they 100% had money here, they got all the big losing bonus in. And then you might be ending up a little confused, like, hold on. How do we actually not see a Molotov towards coffins? How do we not see any additional flashbangs thrown to that? Things like that, which you would expect maybe from such a default aggression towards the B site. And as now, players push through. Oh, the flashes are working quite effectively. Yet again, MDS and Co are fairly blind, but there, the balcony is not safe. Players are falling down. Still, Lollipop dies. MDS and his crew are seemingly a bit surprised by what is happening. Either way, the arc from Shiro might make the difference. You see the molly to the left-hand side doing its job quite well. And danger close. I mean, you gotta really put that into a different perspective now. Nemiga have two fairly wounded players. Axel might strike. 45 more seconds to make it work. 45. There you go. Jo with what a flank. Finds a second as well. And ta-da. Yet again, gotta point this out. This is not the map pick of Gambit. You don't need to worry. Overpass comes up next. Overpass, Gambit feels extremely comfortable on. And this is now, you gotta... The only thing I really find fascinating here is that they were able to beat Trick. It was a 16-14, right? But... brilliant flashbang it was. That aggression is going to be punished. Axel's going to find him. Nemiga doing a mistake in the final round, it seems to be. As though MDS is only able to strike against one. Yep, it's going to be a mistake. There it is, the 11-4. $11-4 is ideal, period. And so, Let's take a look if Nemiga are gonna close this anytime soon. Wouldn't be surprised if they do so. As I say that, Lollipop pops down, goes just directly into the face of Inters, and Box is striking as well. Okay then, surprising. Very honestly, would have expected that. Either way. 2 HP onto Robo, still bounces back. In the meantime, Robo says goodnight. Trying to bounce back into this, and that immediately. Now looking for some more frags. Oh, they might just do so. We're gonna take a look at it. There it comes. Oh, it's gonna come, and Box is dying. They got the kits. So it's gonna work. Otherwise I wouldn't have said it's gonna work, but that definitely does.
Counter-terrorists win.
And so, Nemiga, not really forcing too much in this round. I mean, they got a lot of frags and the bomb plant, so very interesting to see them not force through entirely. Either way, they might be very convinced, or something like that. Not sure yet. In the meantime, setting themselves up for a beat. And there they come. Supra taking a good bit of damage. The flames do the job though. Now getting the bomb down would be ideal yet again, but it takes its time. MDS moves through. He's going to make that. Yes, he does. And that is part of the mission accomplished. All you really needed was now to get some additional money. And finding frags now would be just the cherry on top. If it's gonna be the cherry on top. MDS tries double, and yes, he does get himself that cherry on top. This is a risky and scary round! Lollipop turns it around with Robo! And this is absolute madness! Disgusting! And Nemiga with yet another timeout. And I'm gonna phrase it like this, right? I'm gonna phrase it like this. If at this point given, right? If at this point in time, Nemiga's gonna win it, Gambit youngsters are gonna be pretty much down to $0. Following their losing bonus is horrible. So at least we need to see a 14-5 then, in a realistic condition. With now pushing a little further. Things for Nemiga look ideal. I mean, ooh. Danger close for a second. Hurt all the players, and now one man needs to be ready. It's Supra. He's moving down banana. Or, I mean, he at least used the gap. Let me put it that way. So patience is there. And yet again, they rather attack the A side. That might become a mistake. That might become the mistake. I'm gonna talk about it. The mistake's there. Oh no. And I said it! And I said it for a very good reason. There they go! They line up! And the youngsters, they strike. Ah. And that's where I found it very interesting to see Nemiga not take the approach through CT spawn. Would have actually thought that would happen, but not the case. Lollipop and Co. I mean, they still got decent weaponry, don't get me wrong, but things might get a little sinister from here on. There they go, finding the first. Nemiga ready yet again for taking a good aggression. There you see, oh, this is a shutdown hit again. Pit player spotted, and Lollipop proves his worth over and over and over again. And now as a CT, you need to consider Box and comb. Ah, that's not the way you want to see it, is it? Most definitely not. Most definitely not. And with Nemiga 3 rounds away from success. That's a good one. Molly goes deep. It blocks themselves, but yet again, I have to point that out. In case Nemiga is winning this round, the youngsters are struggling economically. They will start to struggle economically. Shots like this, instantly 3 frag, and that's of course a shame because they were trying so hard. Yet, still nothing happened. Yet, Nemiga considers what to do in the last 35 seconds, and, well, I'm gonna put it that way. Starting to execute works. Lollipop got the big dick in his hands, and makes it closer to the A side. Awaiting him will be Inters. And that UMP strikes only against one so far. It's time to find more! Oh, Inters! Together with Axel, they shut them down yet again! I don't want to believe that. I simply don't want to believe that, really. absolutely absurd. Absolutely absurd. And yet again, instead of picking, for example, the... Okay, hold on. Instead of picking, for example, something across the lines of, let's say, going from the archway to B, they were really sticking to the A side. Understandable, because you have to check a lot more angles on the way there, but weird. In the meantime, talking about weird, CT's losing one. And as Roboto strikes, didn't expect the player up in the flower pots, but this gives him a good idea. This gives him an idea, and the bomb plant should happen nevertheless. And it does. This is now making it difficult. Pushing for bananas to players too. Oh, MDS with what a whiff. Yet again, look at the HP. It's not looking good for a good bunch. And the time is ticking away as well, but everybody got a kit. There it goes for Lollipop, failing to reign supreme. And this is a bit unfortunate. It's gonna explode nevertheless, does it? Yeah, it does. And yet again, playing on time could have worked in this sense, but of course he tries to find frags. And every time Nemiga could close the deal, they're failing. Sounds harsh, but I mean, it's true. With now Lollipop waiting out, pushing out, and getting the frag that way. It's ridiculous. What the things do Lollipop is just absurd and plays it around smart. Box yet again grabs another frag. Back and forth we are. Bomb on the sights. And take a look at it. The youngsters are saving. The 14th round comes in with an explosive take. Obviously, as we experience, Nemiga, I don't know what they do when they do those forced rounds, but maybe they should stick to that. And yet again, there comes a failure in. Sad story for Robo, failing his entry attempt. But yet again, I mean, there are a few bunch of chances. And look how he baited out the. That's very nice detail, but either way, rather playing a good solid setup in the end. Fox and Co waited it out yet again. Is their patience maybe their mistake? That's the question. As of yet, it all looks fine. Box just pushes through, checks flower pots, needs to go for his left hand. Box! That's costing them life! And that is how easily things turn sour. And they do turn sour quite badly. Nemiga yet again failing in a buy. This is unbelievable. Jo, he needs to prevail against 4. Doesn't do that. Take a look at this. This is unbelievable. And in the meantime, gives us a good time to also look at the ADR. Only one really performing for the youngsters is Axel right now, which is partially saddening. On the other side, quite okay. Which still bothers me is the utility sort of thing, which obviously for Nemiga in the 15 rounds he played CT worked a good bit better. Either way. Very much looking forward to see what's going to happen. If it yet again is a push by the book. Finally, they seem to collapse. Yeah, that system is about to die. There they go. Double digits for the youngsters. 2 more. And we're really talking about 2 more. 2 more for that Nemiga site. AK is there. Shiro though finds Robo. Things are looking somewhat sinister, right? Things might just turn to be very uncomfortable. There it goes. Punishment. Over on the A side. Jo knows what he's doing with Inters, but still 2 players remain. Besides that, it is the AWP of Shiro. Expecting him on the sides. He's beheading the first, and this is getting a little hairy and uncomfortable. And as you see right there, switching over to the AK is ideal. Yet again, I mean, 35 seconds. Everybody, if the youngsters rotates over, they should be 100% ready. At that point in time, yeah, no real problem. Youngsters strike again. No real buy for Nemiga. And the youngsters prove their worth over here in Inferno, which is very nice to experience. With those pistols, don't expect really anything, don't expect too much, shouldn't be too crazy, shouldn't be too absurd, and therefore things would look fine. Pushing through banana, they go. 2 individuals awaiting it. That will be both Nafani and Supro. So the deal has been heard. 1 player is somewhat tagged. Now they push through, shut down only partially working. If they find the player back on site, that would be brilliant. Talking about it. Nuh-uh. He's just practicing. His AK of MDS should not make the difference. And he hears the player start with City. He knows. Knows, and he doesn't turn around. He doesn't. A little late, actually. I think you should have heard that a little earlier, but yeah, that's the way it is. No real problem. But it's starting to get a bit uncomfortable. Nemiga's timeout is here. And as now the timeout has stopped. The youngsters on their way. To possibly pick up a decent situation for themselves. With now players pushing over on B, it works. It's fairly empty. The spray down surely comes. The Molotov as well. MDS. Oh no. Oh, Jayo just comes in time. For a second, you could have been a little bit intimidated. Nobody, by the way, through banana. And Robo is going to realize that. He's going to be like, okay, everybody comes over with CT. You don't need to worry. And he might be even there in time. Take a look on the minimap real quick. Take a look on the minimap just for a millisecond. There you see it. Oh, Robo. No! Finds one. Only one. He could have been a bit more patient there. Either way, now only those AKs back on site can do the job. They most likely will. Very unhappy about Robo here. Very honestly. I mean, if a bit more patience could have probably done things a little bit better. If that's looking not so promising yet again for Nemiga. Lollipop is the player to look out for. Ah, no, it's not gonna happen. Yet again, struggles. Major struggles. With now, push it to the B side. Super. He's doing himself a major favor with that smoke. Kept that in his pocket, but it's gonna die nevertheless. Indeed. And now a ball needs to hit the ground. Problem is the player back on coffins. Is he gonna display a problem either? Not really. Lollipop showing us what his B-hops are made of. This bomb's gonna hit the ground. The retake. It should work. As I say that, Lollipop strikes, double kill though. Both swinging wide and both doing a major mistake there. J.O. nearly puts it down. But he and his team, they still gotta worry about losing this map.
Bomb has been defused. Counter-terrorists win.
Now, Nemiga, if they lose this round, then the weaponry is pretty much zero, and then we probably go into OT. So, let's see if that's gonna happen. Talking about it. Box down. I find it very weird to say it like that, because, I mean, the utility for something like smoke on coffins was still there. Either way. J.O. wants to go further, considers it. It's still an op, just to put that out there. There's now still it's only one player on ramp. Pardon, on CT cross. Nafany needs to move away. And if they don't execute by now, he's gonna come for the smoke yet again! Nafany is allowed to strike! This is so weird that they still tolerate that, to put it that way. Either way, Banana, Construct, all control in the hands of the Gambit youngsters. They know about Supra. Lollipop going aggressive. It's gonna be partially punished. Robo wants to take Banana so desperately. He wants to take Banana so desperately. Failing. No, not really. Oh, and only now it's the op left. J.O. to be the man to then turn it around. We'll head into a little break after what we saw just seemed unreal. So don't go anywhere. Head into the refrigerator area. Water, drink, food, and then we'll be right back.
Charge up your game with excitement. Highest odds on the market. Coverage of all live and pre-match events. Place your bets with Solid Bookmaker and win with your favorite teams. Take what's rightfully yours with GG.bet.